Hey, Cody. What do you mean you don't want me coming with you to the viewing of that new house? Shouldn't both the husband and the wife be there to see the house that they both plan on living in?
Huh? This place isn't gonna be your house, so why would I ask you to come along? I'm the breadwinner in this family, so you listen to what I've said and stay quiet.
What are you talking about? This new house is the place I paid for with my own money when I first signed for it, right? I used the money I'd been saving up for the past 10 years on this place. So what is this about the house now being my place, but only yours?
And I've told you before. It means exactly what it means. This house is not going to have the space in it for you to come live with me, so it's not yours. After all, this is going to be the new house for my new girlfriend and I to enjoy our lives together. Also, when it comes to whatever money you have, it belongs to the breadwinner, right? So don't you dare complain to me about that one.
Huh? I have no idea what you mean by that.
You have always been so dang annoying for the longest time now. I want an annoying wish like you to get lost and never come back.
This is the last straw, Cody. Are you sure you don't feel as though you're making a massive mistake right now? Because you've known about this new house being built for a long time, and you never told me any of this about how you're going to take the place. Or was that your plan? Have me go through all the effort of finding and planning the house, and when it was finished, taking it from my hands? You are awful.
Say whatever you want. The only benefits you ever had to me was the fact that I could take whatever money I wanted from you. And besides that, you're an annoying witch in your 30s who has nothing else to offer.
Well, if you think that my age matters, then what about you, mister, almost turning 40?
I'm a guy, so it doesn't matter how old I am. I was totally right for relying on you for only your money, and then having my name put on that house once I found my new woman. Well, now that you've given me all your money, I have no more uses for you. I will live in this house with my new girlfriend. So, you're out. I'm gonna have that old house we've been living in turned inside out. Then I'm gonna sell the land, and then I'm using the money to pay for an engagement ring for the lady.
You really are the most selfish person I have ever had the misfortune of being around.
Go ahead and call me whatever you want. You've been the one leeching off me for the whole time we've been together, so I'm not taking a word you say seriously.
Well, that house we've been in happens to be the house your parents gave you. But sure, you only spent all this time with me just to get access to all my hard-earned money, right? And that's because you make squat at the job you're working.
Huh? What are you talking about now? It's because of me that you've been allowed to have this wonderful life at my side. Especially since you put all your money into that new house while it's been under construction.
Right. So that's what you've thought. All right then, I'm done here.
What's wrong? Have you finally found it okay to be the loser? Well, that's perfect for the both of us. Now you get out of my house, you annoying witch.
I see. So that's what's been going on here. What a jerk. So I guess his plan was to always throw me out of his house at some point down the road. I'm sorry. But I'm thinking this is the best time, more than any. Don't you worry about me, Carla. And in your case, you've had to put up with him for a very long time now, right? I'm sorry for not noticing sooner that he was such a problem for you. No need to be sorry. I should have told you about everything a whole lot sooner. So you shouldn't worry about this. Currently, I'm living in a pretty small apartment, but if you don't mind the cramped space, you are more than welcome to come back here for a while. You need some time to relax and take things easy after hearing what Cody said to you. Thank you, Mom. I'm sorry. I've always been causing you problems, haven't I? I guess you could say I never really learned much from my last couple of experiences in this world. Oh, please don't say such hurtful things about yourself, Carla. You put all your time and effort into studying really hard and then working hard to find the perfect job for yourself. I think you've done wonderful for yourself and would never say you've caused me any sorts of trouble. I happen to be your only parent as well, so things may have been tough for me while I raised you, but that's no reason for you to want to blame yourself. Mom, I just think that I need to be responsible for a lot of what's happened this time. And that means talking about myself like this. But don't worry, I still plan to talk with Cody one last time about things instead of running away from my problems again. I see. Just remember that you can always walk away at any time, all right? Promise me you won't burn yourself out trying to fix something that's no longer there. All right. I'm just going to go back and gather what all I need, and I'll be over to your house by later tonight. Sounds good. I'll have dinner made up, and then I'll be waiting for you. Cody, are you not going to talk with me about any of this?
Huh? I have no need to talk with you anymore.
Is that so? Well, then let me just text you about a few things. I'm going to ask you a few questions regarding all of this, and then I'll be off. First, why did you end up cheating on me?
Cheating on you? You really have no manners, do you? Do you even have any evidence of me cheating on you with another woman? I just happen to have a lady who I've grown fond of while with you. And that's all.
Well, if the two of you have been having a relationship while you've still been with me, then that means you've been cheating on me.
Shut the hell up, you annoying witch. That's the reason why I stopped loving you years ago. I happen to be more interested in women that are quiet and let me do as I please. Unlike the constant back-talking witch that you are.
Well, then tell me, why did you ever end up marrying me? If you had any issues with the kind of person I am, then you should have been aware of that before asking my hand in marriage, correct?
I just came to learn the truth about you after the fact. And when that happened, I found myself a new woman who happens to have this wonderful and young face and was willing to listen to every word I say to her. I seriously don't need myself some annoying old woman who thinks she's equal to me or something.
I'm starting to get the feeling that you aren't going to shut up until you've said every last thing about what you hate about me.
Let me tell you right now that you aren't going to be getting any more money from me anymore. And if you choose to divorce me, there won't be any settlement coming from me either. But that's right. You don't want to get a divorce now, do you? Well, I don't really care about what you do and don't want. I hope you can manage without the breadwinner in your life anymore.
Ugh. I was really hoping that we could get somewhere here, or at the very least I could. But you just think that you're on top of the world right now and that you can do whatever you want with me.
Huh?
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You must not have a single clue of what you're doing to yourself right now after all of this. It's kind of making me laugh on the inside seeing you act without knowing the first thing about your reality. Let me ask you this. Are you planning to marry that other girl then?
Are you so shocked that you were never able to put two and two together? Of course I plan to marry her. That lady happens to be leagues above you in terms of wife material. And so I'll make her just that. But I'm sure you can't tell that because you're such a brainless idiot.
Calling someone else an idiot when you're the king of them is not making any sense to me. Oh, man. The last chance you had to at least make yourself look a little good here has passed, and without you even noticing it. Hey, did you really think that I never noticed you were cheating on me for a long time now?
Huh?
You know dang well that I've known about your other chick. Do I look that dense of a woman or something to you? Hey, have you taken a good look at the mail sitting in your mailbox? It's about that time now, so I'd assume that what I'm talking about is sitting in there now.
Huh? I haven't gone out to check yet.
Then why don't you go out there and have a look inside?
Huh? What the hell is all this about?
Just go and look. If you don't, you're really going to regret all of this.
Hey, what the hell is this? Why is this picture sitting in here? When were you able to take it?
Are you surprised by that? I happened to have someone go out and follow you after I got some bad feelings about you.
You're lying, right?
I have other pieces of evidence from as far back as 6 months ago.
You've known about this for that long?
Do you want to see things from even further back? Because 6 months ago isn't the furthest. I happen to have audio recordings of you guys as well. Conversations the both of you have had in hotels together, and, well, not just conversations, if you know what I mean. The person I hired to investigate you really did fantastic work for me.
Crap.
When they came back to me with the first round of pictures, I was in complete disbelief. Especially at the fact that the woman you've been with this whole time happens to be Mindy. And when I really start to think about her, she's in her 30s as well now, right? What was this about me being too old for you again? Come on now, think about how I feel now. I've been friends with Mindy ever since the two of us were in school together. And weren't you the one that introduced her to a man that she could perhaps marry before? Well, I suppose she wanted you more than anyone else, or maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah. And I should have never bothered with any of that introduction crap before, and just told her she could marry me instead. I really regret that I was never able to be with her sooner, and had to suffer with a wife like you by my side for years and years.
I'm sure that's not what you need to be worried about right now.
Huh?
Please don't make me say this all the time to you. Do you really think of me as that dense of a woman? Both you and Mindy have been wanting to use me for my money this whole time now, right?
Huh? Why are you going off the rails once again with crap like that?
Come on, Cody, I have evidence of this as well. Remember how I said I have audio recordings? What's this about her telling you that if you don't have the money for what you want, you can always get someone else to pay for you? I guess the both of you don't have the money to make your own house, huh?
Ugh. Yeah, that's right. I only married you in order to get your money, and that's the only reason why. I wanted to give this brand new house to Mindy as a present. I've been putting up with you for the past 10 years, all in order to get your savings and have you pay for that wonderful house for us.
Why are you making it seem like you were the one that had to go through so much pain and trauma this whole time with me? You always acted like you never cared about me, which sort of makes it look as though you were never struggling. Well, anyway, I have a ton of evidence of you cheating on me with her, and I'm going to make sure you pay me back for that.
Freaking witch. Speaking like you're better than the breadwinner of the house? I guess I have no choice now but to pay that settlement you asked for. But I'll be the one getting this brand new house. So I think this is all a fair trade in the end. It must suck for you to watch all those savings of yours go to someone like me and Mindy now, right? I'm expecting a present from you as a housewarming gift later, as we'll be living in a beautiful new home.
How much longer are you going to act like you have the upper hand here?
Shut up! I'm gonna sign all these divorce papers and hand them in right away.
Well, before you go through with that, can we talk about one last thing? I've noticed that this whole time you've been talking as though you will never fall to someone like me, and that you're the best man that's ever walked the earth. So does that mean that you haven't really been listening to anything I've said to you?
Huh? I'm getting tired of all of this. We've talked about all of this enough now, and I think it's time you just leave me alone.
Cody, you always were wanting to get a divorce from me for a long time now, right? You would always threaten me with it whenever I wasn't doing as I was told by you, or when I wouldn't hand you some extra money to go out and spend on yourself. But listen here, I've always been wanting a divorce from you, Cody. I just never wanted to go through with one because it would sadden my mom, and I didn't want to see her like that.
Huh?
You remember that my mom is a single parent, right? She has been ever since I was in school. When I lost my dad back then, things became really stressful for me, and soon I started to become all depressed and, well, sort of a lost cause. And this only led to more strife between my mom and I, where we'd be fighting pretty much every single day, and that put a huge gap between the two of us.
And that's why she ended up raising a half-baked woman like you? Had you never had any money to offer me, then I would have never married you because there's no benefit to you being my wife.
You really have to keep commenting like that while I'm talking? You are worse than a middle schooler, Cody.
Huh? Shut the hell up.
Now, let me get back to my story here. When I was in my final year of high school, my mother collapsed due to stress and had to go to the hospital. And when I went into the hospital room to see her, I finally understood what happened. She ended up collapsing due to all the stress she had trying to raise me. She wanted to make sure I ended up all right and would work herself hard every day to make money that would never end up going to herself. That day in that hospital, I learned to no longer fight with her. And after that, I changed from this gloomy and upset girl into someone who wanted to try just as hard as my mom.
I see. So, how does this have anything to do with me?
But I don't want to disillusion my mom. She was so happy back when she found out that I was getting married to you. So if I were to tell her that I was getting a divorce from you, that might completely break her heart. And maybe even make her collapse again under the stress. That's why for so long I've been dealing with you and with the fact that you've been cheating on me with a friend of mine, all right? Can you see now that I have not been attached to you in any way for some time now?
What is this? Are you trying to act all tough now?
I'm just telling you the truth. If you're going to keep acting like a total jerk to me, then I'm going to stop putting on this mask and get real with you.
Well, I don't really care how you act now. You've gone and wasted both of our time now, and that's what makes you such a lost cause. I want you to be gone for good, and then this new house can be all mine.
I'm already single, Cody. You still thought you were my husband or something?
Huh? When did you divorce me?
A while ago. I'd say before I even started to have the house built.
What the frick? How?
You don't remember anything? A long time ago, you had threatened me with divorce and were waving around the documents that you had filled out right in front of my face. You thought that your threat was going to work out for you? Having all that information ready for me long ago really helped.
I don't remember any of that.
You thought I was just going to shut up and do as you told me when you were both cheating on me with my friend and wanting me to pay for the brand new house to be built all by myself? And as for the new house, I put my name down as the name on the place, of course. You told me before that your name is on the house, but who was it that did all the paperwork for the house before the construction started? You never even came around to have a look for yourself at any of the paperwork, which made things so much easier for me.
Huh? Why would you do something like that without ever telling me?
Cody, where are you right now?
Where am I? I just finished talking with the moving agency about getting all my things and having them moved over to the new house.
So in other words, you're telling me you've planned on moving into a stranger's house and will live there now? You're going to be arrested for trespassing then.
What? You can't do that.
Are you going to tell me you never knew anything about this? Didn't you know that before you're able to move into the house, the owner of it needs to be handed paperwork proving that the house is indeed theirs?
Huh? When I went to the viewing after it was built, I was never told anything, so I assumed I could start living there.
That doesn't mean you can just move in right after. It's scary how little you know about this stuff. The whole point of that house viewing is to work with whoever's in charge and see that everything in the house was done properly. When you went there, nobody was even in the house, right?
But on that day I guessed, well, yeah.
I told you a lie so that you wouldn't be there when everyone else was. Thankfully, you believed what I told you. By the time you went over to see the house for yourself, I had already gone through all the paperwork and signed my name on it all. Man, you really wanted to hide everything going on from me, but it turns out that I was the one hiding everything from you. I made sure to keep you in the fog this whole time, all in order to get you to be as screwed as possible.
You think you could just get away with this?
But you thought you had me in the bag, and that you could get away with it all, right? If you don't hurry up and get whatever you've brought over to that house already and yourself out of there right now, I'm going to call the police.
I'm not messing around anymore. I've already started to put half of my things into this house, so I can't just clean it up all right away. And Mindy was so happy about today.
You think I care? That is not your house that you've just trespassed into. I have a couple of strangers trying to move into my new house right now, and it's making me feel terrible. I'm serious, all right? If you guys and your things are still there by tomorrow, I'm calling the cops.
For frick's sake!
Just to make sure that you couldn't run away from all of this, I made sure to call and talk with your parents. They both told me that they are infuriated with you and will not be sending you any more money after this. It's crazy to think that two very well-behaved and educated people like them could have given birth and raised one of this world's most rotten men. You're not going to be getting any help from them now paying off the settlement. Are you going to be okay having to borrow so much money now?
What? Why would you do something like that? How did you know about them giving me money?
I just had to do a little searching was all. And honestly, when it came to the cost of living and things like that, I've been the one paying for it all as long as you've lived together with me. Of course you'd know that, though, since you forced that responsibility onto me. And when it comes to all my savings, well, that's all been put into the new house, right? All because you really wanted that house for you and Mindy. You've really gone and done a lot, and it's going to come right back and bite you in the butt now.
You've gone and done all this unnecessary stuff. You really are a freaking witch, aren't you? I hate you!
Why should I have had to put up with someone as rotten as you? Stop trying to act like you did nothing wrong. I've seen everything you'd been up to and only chose not to tell you what I saw going on. Had I not chosen to divorce you long ago and let you continue to take advantage of me like that, you would have tossed me aside and taken all my money, the new house, and the old house and ran, right? So what I've done was all in order to maintain my ground and make sure that I didn't get screwed in the end by you. You can say that I was in the wrong for doing all of that, but you'd be the only person ever thinking that to be the case.
Do you not feel horrible for keeping the divorce? And you signing your name onto this house a secret all this time? Do you not have a freaking soul?
You're asking me that? I suppose I am a pretty strong woman to many. And I happen to have a rough past of being a jerk to my mom and being a lost cause. But as I grew up, I learned to be a nice person to those that treated me nicely. And when it came to those that did not treat me nicely, well, I had to stop caring about them. Now, how about instead of sitting here blaming me for everything, you take a moment and look at the kind of trash you've done and change your ways for the better?
Crap. You think just because you happened to divorce me a while ago, you get to talk to me like this? I need to talk to you in person right now, or else you won't get the message. Hey, where are you right now?
I have no reason to see you. You've already acted like there was no reason before for the two of us to meet up and talk in person, right? It's not okay for a full-grown adult to change their mind like that after saying something completely different.
Shut the frick up.
You think getting upset at me is going to make me listen to you? Now that I've just thought of it, how is the house you got from your parents doing? Was it already turned upside down like you said?
Huh? I told you that right after you got out of the house it would be done. Ugh!
Wow. So that really must mean that the house is gone now. You had the house you were still living in torn down and the land sold already? That is so sad.
Why are you doing this to me? I had expected to be living in this new house with Mindy and told her to handle the paperwork to have my old house torn down and sold.
I don't care about what's happened with you two. What? You had someone else handle that kind of work for you? Can you do anything on your own, Cody? Man, that poor Mindy is going to be married to a child soon.
Who the hell cares about what I can and can't do right now? I need to go tell her to stop all of that right away. Wait, I'm not able to get a hold of her right now. She hasn't spoken to me since yesterday, but I just thought she was busy with all of that.
Oh, did you think you could get in touch with her just then? I think that she's gone ahead and deleted everything on her phone at this point so that nobody can contact her.
Why would she do something like that?
Well, I went over and had a little talk with her parents about what was going on. I had been friends with her since before high school, and I so happened to still be in touch with her parents.
Did you go over there and threaten her?
I was just giving her parents the evidence that she'd been with you while you cheated on me. And after having a chat with them on the phone recently, they told me that they brought their daughter home and took her phone away from her. It's crazy to think that you wanted her to help you out with getting rid of your old house, when she hasn't even married you yet. Uncool.
What the? That's... Carla? I messed up big time here.
Do not call me by my first name anymore, please. You and I are not anything to one another, so I'd rather you call me by my last name, or nothing at all.
Please, could you forgive me for this? I made so many mistakes now, and I'm sorry. Look, I've finally come around to understanding this. If I don't have you around me, then I can't do anything on my own.
Well, you're not wrong about that.
Right? So let's start all of this over and get back to being a good couple. You can even keep all the things I've moved into the house and we can use them. I don't think we'll ever have to see or hear from Mindy ever again. So you can come over right now and we can make up.
No way, Cody. However, if you really want me to forgive you, then show me just how sincere you are.
What? What do you want me to do?
I want you to come to me and get on your hands and knees.
Huh?
I want you on your hands and knees in front of me, and then I want you to apologize for the list of things you did wrong.
Crap. You think because you have me in your grasps, you can make me do something as demoralizing as that? You're talking to a man right now. So you have no right to tell me to get on my hands and knees in front of you, you annoying old witch.
Well, there we go. You haven't changed a bit.
Wait!
And just like that, I can see your apologies were all bullcrap. You haven't learned a thing from any of this, have you?
I'm just pissed off because you keep talking down to me like I'm some kind of a dog.
Well, I'm not wrong to talk down to you like this. I happen to think you're just like a dog, as a matter of fact. The moment something happens that you don't like, you show your teeth and begin to bark.
You think you can really compare me to an animal? Hey, you come out here right now. Hey, stop screwing around.
So you've come all the way to my mom's house now? You really are a persistent little butthole. Could you stop banging on the front door like that? You're going to start causing trouble for all the other people living in this apartment complex. I suppose this means you're not here to say sorry to me and ask for my hand in marriage again?
I've had enough of that crap from you. Now get out here and see me.
Shut up. You want me to tell you this again? You want me to tell you that I'll call the police again? So? You have anything else to say to me?
I really messed up. I thought about all that I've done. Seriously. I have. I've just been really stressed out and all of that yelling at you now, which is because of that. I'm going to break up with Mindy, and then I'm going to give you back all the money I've taken from you. I'm going to apologize to you, so please, if you won't forgive me, then where am I going to go and live? I've already gone and had the old house taken care of, and my parents are pissed about that.
Wait, you never talked with your parents first before having that house torn down? Wasn't that house built by your parents long ago? It had so many memories in it for them and you.
Well, because I thought they'd be happy about the new house that we had built, and I wanted to keep everything a secret from them until after moving into the new place.
You really are the worst at everything. Do you even care about anyone else's feelings besides your own? I guess not, or else you would have never done all the selfish crap you've been doing.
If I can't fix things for myself now, though, they're really gonna disown me. Help me, please. You're the only person on this planet that I can ask for help from now.
Why do you think that I would want to help you after all you've done to me?
Because you and I used to be husband and wife, right? We share a lot of the same past, and we used to be so close and loving.
Oh, you really have not changed a bit from your past self. You can't do a single thing on your own, and it really does show. Just like back when we got married.
That's right. And that's why I need you to be my wife.
Don't you freaking dare think that you can have me back when you tried all this time to hide what you were doing behind my back in order to throw me out of the house? You are a bastard. I'm never going to take another look at that ugly mug of yours again. If you ever try to come out and find me again, I will make sure my fist is the last thing you ever see.
You wouldn't.
I'm going to be blocking you now. And having to look at your contact in my phone just upsets me even. So I'm going to delete everything. Goodbye.
Wait, Carla. Just wait for me. I want us to talk. There's a lot of things going on with me as well that I want to explain to you. Carla!
Have you finished talking with him? Yep. But he just sat there in front of the door after I stopped talking to him, so I had the police come and take care of it. I think they just put him into their cop car a second ago. I'm sorry that I told you I was going out to go shopping. I guess you could hear what was going on at the door from your room, right? I understand that you were just trying to keep all of that away from me since I'm your mom, after all. Yeah, well, anyway. Hey, Carla, why did you wait so long and let things get this bad without telling Cody or I anything? And did you never come to me about this because you don't feel as though you can trust me when it comes to things like divorce? That's not what this was about, Mom. I just didn't want to make you worry about me anymore. I wanted to show you that I could handle myself now, and I was no longer going to need your help with things that I should be able to do on my own. And, well, back when I told you I was getting married to Cody, you were so happy about it. I didn't want you to know that I'd be getting a divorce from him after that. You idiot. No matter how old I become, as your parent, I'm always going to find something about you to worry about. That's just what it's like to be a parent. And learning now that for so long you've been having to put up with Cody and his crap, it makes me feel so horrible. I feel sorry that I couldn't be there with you when you were going through one of the most challenging parts of your life. Mom, I didn't mean for this to make you feel bad. I know that. And that's why you need to come and talk with me now about all of this, right? I don't mind you keeping all this a secret from me, as you lived your life the way you thought was best. And hearing from you that the divorce has made you happier makes me happy. I would never be sad about something that ends up making you happy, okay? Mom, I was talking to him about all of this before, about how he never thinks about anyone besides himself, yet here I was, not thinking about you enough. I'm so sorry about that, Mom. And thank you. No need to be worried about that anymore. I'm happy to see that you're happy now without Cody, and that's all. But now I really want to ask you this. What do you really want to do now, Carla? I want to spend more time with you, Mom, and make every second of it matter to us. I used to hate the idea of being in my 30s and now having a husband or anything. But I'd rather be with you and making good memories than regret never spending the time with you that you deserve. And I had my fun with being married, but it wasn't all that I thought it could be. I see. This is so strange to me. Normally, I always thought of you as the type who would never want to come back to living with their parent. But I'm not going to complain because I'd be so happy to have you stay with me longer. Mom, well, I'm going to be by your side for a long time then. Welcome home, Carla. After everything that had happened, my ex-husband went and paid me the settlement I had asked him for, and ended up having to take out a large loan to do so. And when it came to his life at his job, something it took him years to get due to him not being responsible enough, he started to make a lot more mistakes there because he was so ruined by what had happened, that his boss really began to tear into him. And after a few weeks of that, Cody decided he couldn't handle being a part of that company anymore, and quit, just before his boss was thinking of firing him. Now he's left with nothing to do with his time and no place to get any income from, besides the odd part-time job he'll pick up for a bit. He no longer has his parents around anymore since they disowned him, and he's never heard from Mindy again. He also lost his house after letting it be demolished and the land sold, which I have to say has really screwed him over a lot now. Because he has nowhere to even sleep, he's resorted to either sleeping under bridges or every so often going into a 24/7 fast food place and napping in there. As for myself, I had the new house completely furnished with all new furnishings and appliances, and both my mom and I have started living there now. The thought that my ex had been in this house for a little bit has sort of irked me in a way, but for the time being, I'm just going to have to live with that in my head. Maybe someday I'll go ahead and repaint the rooms or redo the flooring to make it feel like a different house, where Cody had never stepped foot in. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Oh, Tilly, are you there? I need to speak to you pronto. What's your problem, huh? Did you actually make it home in one piece or not? What are you up to? Don't you know how worried you've made everyone feel today? You just leave the house crying without stating you were walking out on us. That's not typical behavior.
Are you seriously kidding me right now, Donna? How dare you say something like that to me? How could you be so ignorant, huh? You've got some nerve messaging me, yeah?
Oh my, I wasn't expecting this kind of response from you. Look, I was just worried about you and your whereabouts, that's all. Is it such a big deal? How can you say something so harsh to your dear old mother-in-law, huh? I'm actually trying to show that I care, isn't that obvious? Why must you be so rude to me? You know what, I guess it's because lower-class people like you are not very disciplined at all when it comes to manners or anything like that.
Look, this is what I'm trying to point out. The way you interact with me. Like I'm less than a human being. What's with that, Donna? Why must you act this way towards me? Why must you belittle me right when I'm trying to meet you just before I marry your son? I'm already anxious enough as it is, and you're just making me feel worse.
Hey, come on now. There's no need to speak to me like that. What are you seriously angry about, huh? Did you really think that I'd approve this marriage? Do you think that just because you went running out the door crying that I'm going to cave in and let you marry my son? I guess you really were being a bit arrogant.
Today was literally supposed to be the first time that you and I were going to meet, Donna. I thought that you'd be more welcoming and kind. Why do you hate me so much?
Well, you know, at a glance, I can already guess what kind of characteristics you have as a person. It's very obvious to me what your personality is like, Tilly.
Okay, well, considering you're only meeting me for the first time today, it's very bold of you to say something like that. So, what kind of person am I then, Donna?
How am I going to put this so that you understand? You're basically just a hopeless sewer rat who gets close to men so that you can take their money.
Are you for real? Are you saying that I only go after men who have a lot of money? What on earth are you trying to say, Donna? Have you lost your mind?
Excuse me, I've not lost my mind at all. How dare you be so rude to me, you piece of filth? I'm just cutting out all the roundabout ways to tell you who you are. So are you trying to tell me that you had no idea that my son is quite a rich man that has his own company? Do you live in that much of a hole, or are you lying?
Of course I know that about him, but it's not the most important thing to know when it comes to our relationship. But yes, Isaac told me about his successes. Do you seriously think that I approached Isaac because I knew that he has a huge pot of gold sitting in his bank account? Are you kidding me about being a gold digger? Have you actually thought that maybe I love Isaac very much and that I want to be his partner for the rest of my life? I want to marry him with all my heart.
Ah, okay. Well, there's no need for you to start spreading rumors when that's not the truth at all. I know exactly what you're trying to do here. Isaac is going to be the president of our company in the future, and you want to sneak in there and take it away from him. You're just aiming to be the new CEO's wife, right? So you're planning on taking the company's money and our family assets for yourself, am I right? I already know how sneaky you are. Don't try to deny it. I hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but your plan isn't going to go the way that you want it to. That's why I'm trying to help my son avoid your actions.
Well, if you must know that taking money was never my intention at all. I don't know where you got this crazy idea from, but that is something I would never do to my partner. All I want to happen between Isaac and I is for us to be happy and have an amazing adventure with our relationship and our future. Do you not understand that?
What the heck are you talking about, Tilly? What's all that crap supposed to tell me? Do you really think it's okay to try to appeal to someone's emotions? You know that I can never be fooled like that. I've lived a pretty long life now, and I know what fools like you do. I've said it many times before. If we look towards the future, Isaac will be carrying all the weight of the company on his shoulders. You know that, right? Because he doesn't need some gold digger bringing him down more. Yes, I'm very aware of his circumstances, Donna. I've known that since I've started dating him, and I am 100% going to support him in any way I can. Oh yeah? By trying to take all his money, right? I know that's all you want from him. I can see right through your lies, and you thought I would let my son marry a lowlife like you? I'm no lowlife, and I wish you would just listen to what I'm trying to say about how much Isaac means to me. I know your company's a large one. I get that you're protecting it. And I've also learned that you've lived a very nice and flashy lifestyle. But even though you're in the upper class, there's no need to treat people like dirt. There's no point calling me a lowlife or a poor person, as you really don't know a lot about me and my history. I don't think it's good to say things like that. At least Isaac doesn't see me this way. I don't know where you got all your crazy assumptions about me from, but it's not fair to talk to me like this. Well, I hate to break it to you and Isaac, but he's always been the child that doesn't know how to read people. He lacks that trait, even though I've got a very good read of how people like you act. I already know that you're conniving and that you're going to take Isaac for all he's worth and waste the money on yourself. He's too blind to see past your lies. If he's being swayed by such a poor person about how he runs his life, then he's got a long way to go before he does anything decent with the company and the life he leads. Are you seriously kidding me right now? Were you not listening to a word I was saying before about myself? You are such a terrible human being for saying such things. Oh, boo-hoo, cry me a river, sweetheart. You shouldn't have tried to convince me that you loved my son when I already knew your plans. Oh, shut up. You need to be told your place in society. So that's it? You're not going to listen to me or try to meet up with me to get to know me? You're not even going to recognize that Isaac and I are really happy and want to be together? I get no blessing from you? There's absolutely no way that I'd ever bless a marriage between my super successful son and this street rat. It's not happening, so get used to it. Besides, since Isaac failed to find a decent woman to marry and support him with the company, I'm just going to have to do everything myself. I'm going to decide who he marries. So what if I slapped you across the face and made you leave? You should have more guts than that to face me. You should have come up with a better lie than you did. Now, you really know your position. You're to leave my son alone and never come near me ever again, you poor, disgusting rat. I'll make sure that his next wife is more suitable for him.
Tilly, are you there? I've been trying to call and text you for a while now. I saw that you were online, so I'm just trying to make sure if you're okay.
Oh, Isaac, hi. Yeah, I feel a little bit better now. I've just arrived at my house, and I just needed a break from my phone for a bit. I've calmed down a little.
Tilly, I really wanted to say how sorry I am about what happened back at my parents' house. I really couldn't believe my mom. I don't know why she did what she did.
I don't know what's gotten into her either, but she really hates me, Isaac. She contacted me just before and told me to not come by the house again.
My mom. Unfortunately, she always says stuff like that whenever she feels uncertain about a person. I guess you could say that she's a bit possessive. She really can't accept it if I decide on something without her. Okay, she's not super possessive, but she can't stand it when she doesn't get what she wants. I've been used to her being like this for quite a while now, especially since I've become more of an adult and making my own decisions. I never thought she'd act like that.
Yeah, I can see why you'd say things like that about her. It sums her up quite nicely. I was really shocked when all that crap went down, Isaac.
Tilly, I know how much this is affecting you, but I still do want to wish you all the happiness in the world. I don't know how we're going to overcome her.
Wait a minute. What did you just say? What's brought this on all of a sudden? You're not trying to say what I think you're going to say to me right now, are you?
Well, it's just, you probably don't want to marry me after all that just happened to you. If that's the case, I just want you to be honest about it to me.
Oh, Isaac, I've got a feeling that you've got the wrong idea here. It's been a dream of mine since I met you to actually marry you and be with you through everything we get thrown at.
But Tilly, I don't understand. You did realize what my mother was like, right? Why are you going so far as to say something so nice to me right now?
But I'm your partner, and you're a super important person to me, Isaac. Of course I'm being brutally honest when I say that I love you so much and want to be with you.
You actually want to be with me even though my family was basically super horrible to you? What did I even do to make you feel this way still?
Well, when I was having trouble at work, you were always there for me and always stood up for me. Do you remember how many times you saved me from stress and our peers? There was no one else that was by my side like you were, Isaac. You understood what was happening was so wrong, and you helped me get through the tough times.
But I don't see how I was on your side, though, Tilly. I couldn't really offer a lot of useful advice without getting you fired somehow. I don't think I helped a lot, to be honest.
No, I think you underestimate how much you did for me. I really thought that the company would make me leave, but you were always there to back me up. That was enough for me.
That simply can't be true. I was the one who was saved by you. You kept me so calm and focused when I was getting crap from work and family life. I've always lived my life looking up to my parents and wondering if anything I do would be good enough for them. I've always been scared to divert anything to get what I wanted. But you, Tilly, you always followed through with what was right and what was best for you. You did what you wanted to do. That's how you live your life, and you give me courage because of that.
Wow, that's so sweet of you to say, Isaac. I really appreciate you telling me that. I think that we have the best chemistry when it comes to us being together for each other.
I really think so too, Tilly. But maybe that's why we can't be together right now, because I don't want you being treated like this by my mom. It shouldn't be happening this way.
Yeah, you've got a point. I do feel the same way. I shouldn't be treated like dirt. I'm better than that. I don't know what your mom's problem is with me when she barely knows me. If we want to deal with this issue and actually try to do something about it before things get worse, let's talk more about what's going to happen from now on.
Yeah, you're right. The best thing to do is to communicate how things can get fixed. I'm very down to openly talk about this in person. Let's do that.
So Donna, I'm messaging you because I still want us to try and get along. I think we got off on the wrong foot. Can we just start this all over again, please?
What makes you think I want to do anything like that, huh? Do you really think that I'm gullible to fall for this request, you pathetic woman?
Must you seriously talk to me like this when we're both adults? Like I told you the last time we met, Donna, Isaac and I love each other very much and want to get married. I wanted to ask you once again because maybe you might have had a change of heart. So will you please give us your blessing for this marriage?
Excuse me, are you trying to make me say something that I really don't want for my son and my family? Are you still going on about getting my blessing? Oh, you're super persistent, aren't you? Why are you being so desperate when it comes to getting my approval of this marriage, huh? Do you love money that much that you want to betray this entire family?
You're not even trying to listen to me. There are many great things about Isaac that has nothing to do with him making lots of money for the family company. You know what? You're twisting everything I say. It seems like you're the one who's saying that your son has nothing good to offer but money. Did you hear that loud and clear, Donna?
Well, that's actually true. That child of mine was not particularly good at studying, nor is he super good looking like other wealthy men in this country. The only thing I really like about my son is that he's obedient. I don't think there's anything else that's good about Isaac. Just that he doesn't disobey me.
Wow, this has got to be some sort of sick joke, right? How can you say something so horrible about your own son? It makes no sense to me at all. I'm just going to pretend that I didn't hear anything you just said to me. Isaac would be super sad to know that his mother doesn't like anything about him. Well, luckily for you, Tilly, you don't need to worry about how he feels about it so much. I told you what he's like, but you just won't listen. I told him this as well. You've got to be kidding me. Donna, please tell me that you didn't seriously just tell your own son that he's not anything but obedient. That would tear him apart. Of course I told him. I can say whatever I like to my own flesh and blood. I feel that Isaac lacked a lot of self-awareness and needed to know about it. We explained to him to do as we told him. I thought that if he didn't know these things about himself, then he would never understand what it's like to have him as a son. I had a right to tell him that since I'm his mother. You're the worst mother in the world now that you've done that. Have you never thought about how he feels when he hears bad things about himself from his own mother? Well, if you must know, you stupid little girl, this is an educational policy in our home. He needs to learn about the things that make him hopeless so he can do better. In order to make the company bigger, he needs to know more things about himself and how he can better himself for our family's sake. He needs to understand that. Also, I thought I would let you know that his new marriage partner has been chosen, and it's been decided that they'll get married instead. I decided on a lovely woman from the accounting department in our company would be a suitable candidate for being Isaac's wife. She's got a good head on her shoulders, she's beautiful and smart, and 10 times better than you'll ever be. I want her and Isaac to marry each other. Whoa. Now just hold on a minute there. What the heck? This is the 21st century. Isaac is a grown man and can decide on his own wife. How can you do such a selfish thing to him? You can't do this to your own son. He should be able to marry who he loves. Does he even know about this? Well, before you rudely interrupted me and thought it would be fine to ask for my blessing over a text message, I was planning to talk to him, yes. Of course, I really do think that he'll do what I say. I know he doesn't want the wrath of me if he doesn't do what I say to him. I control his life. This is insane, Donna, and you know it. You can't do this when he's my fiancé. You can't do this to him or me. Your tyranny is unacceptable, and I'll never forgive you for this. Oh, don't be so stupid, you ugly lowlife. Since when do I need to apologize for any of this? This is how my family has done things for generations, and I don't plan on stopping now. But what would you know? I bet you don't even have any traditions like we do. A poor peasant like you would never understand the way that the upper class do things. I don't know what kind of family would have such a stupid tradition in controlling what their children do, and I really don't want to know the details. It's just sick. Anyway, back to answering your question from earlier, Tilly. There's no way that I'll ever bless your marriage with my son, so you can forget about it and move on from him. You're making a huge mistake, Donna. You better watch what you say and do next, otherwise things might take a turn for the worst for your family. Don't you think you'll regret this? Excuse me, do you really think I've ever had a regret in my life when it comes to making decisions? You really need to shut up and get out of my sight, you piece of trash! Hey, what the heck is going on here, Tilly? What on earth have you done? How could you do something like this without my say-so, you evil little cow? Huh? Is that you, Donna? Oh, sorry. I was busy and away from my phone. I wasn't paying attention to your messages. What are you talking about? What's happened? Is it exactly true that you're having a wedding ceremony with Isaac? This is some kind of sick joke. You better just be messing with me because I never gave you permission to do this. Huh? I'm not entirely sure what you're on about, Donna. Did you actually hear that from somewhere? I didn't really care if you found out or not. Well, I'm telling you that a friend of mine was telling me that they saw you in fancy clothes and it sounded like you were going to get married. Why on earth are you doing this on your own? Don't you remember what I said to you, Tilly? We literally just had this conversation not so long ago. Didn't I tell you that I wasn't going to bless your marriage and that you couldn't be together? Well, yes, you did say those things, but did you think that we were actually going to listen to you? It was honestly better for us to just ignore your opinion about our relationship. We knew you weren't going to change your mind, so after all the discussions we had, we just decided to leave you out of things and we got married ourselves. Besides, you're a bit late when it comes to the decision. It's already been made. It's not like there's anything you can do about it now.
So if you've already organized a wedding ceremony and all that other crap that couples do, does that mean that you're legally married to each other?
Well, yes, that's what a wedding is for, to show everyone that we're legally bound together by being married to each other. We've already handed in the marriage certificate to the courthouse. So now that we've done that, I can now confirm that we're already officially husband and wife. You're a bit late to the party, but that's okay.
Do you have any idea how much you have ruined my plans for my son? You went behind my back and betrayed me. You knew that I was setting up Isaac's marriage to someone else, right?
Of course I knew that, but I wasn't going to let you get away with it, considering that it's Isaac's decision to determine who he marries. He wanted to marry me, so yes, we didn't say a word to you. Did you really think that I was going to give up on Isaac that easily, Donna? I love Isaac, and we wanted to get married. It was good because you had no idea of our plan. We just let you go and make all these decisions so that you were distracted from what we wanted to do. We had nothing to do with what you were trying to dictate to Isaac.
This is unbelievable. I knew you were a conniving little rat. I knew you were up to something terrible. How dare you do this without my say-so? Oh, this is simply not allowed.
Well, I don't know what else to say apart from we're husband and wife now, and you need to stop with these outrageous plans for your son. He can make his life the way he wants it. Just stop with all the controlling and being so hateful towards me when you don't even know me. If you really want to, you can attend the ceremony, okay?
Are you kidding me right now? After you both stabbed me in the back, I'll do no such thing. I would never attend your stupid wedding ceremony. Now that you've both unfortunately married to each other, you need to go back down to the courthouse and file for divorce. Even though it's bad to divorce, it'll be better than being married to a poor peasant.
Are you being serious right now? You're wanting us to get a divorce when we just said our I do's and confirmed our marriage? There's no way either of us are doing that.
I knew you'd turn around and say something of that sort. I guess I've got no choice but to go down there and file them myself on your behalf. I can do that. I'm Isaac's mother, after all. As you know, Isaac has been trained to obey any command I give him, and he knows I've got the power to do this, and you can't stop me. He knows I hate you and that you're doing this, so I'm telling you now that I'll make the divorce final, and I'll hand in the papers right away. You'll never get his money.
Are you seriously just doing this because this is what you want? What about what Isaac wants? Don't you ever listen to his wants and needs? No wonder we didn't tell you about this. Have you even for a second considered Isaac's feelings or his future at all? Don't you want him to be happy with someone he loves? What's your problem, lady?
Of course I've thought about it. I'm his mother and I know what's best for him, and it's certainly not you, you lowlife. I'm his parent, so I care about his happiness first and foremost.
I don't see you doing that at all. All you're doing is dictating to him. What kind of a so-called supportive parent is that, Donna? You're literally ruining his future by being like this.
Shut up, you absolute piece of trash, human being. I'm not going to sit there and listen to any of your opinions about me. If I tell Isaac to divorce you, he should obey completely. All you're making me do right now is cause an argument, and it's making me waste time when I should be going to the courthouse. If you do any more stupid things, you'll live to regret it.
Well, if Isaac really wants to divorce and not ever want to see me ever again, I guess there's nothing that I can really do about it. I'll have no choice but to let him go.
Oh my God, you're finally seeing sense. Thank you. If you just fulfill this wish, everything will be over in just under 10 minutes. Then we can finally have you out of our lives. Okay, I need to get going so that we can all get this over with. I'll go get the divorce papers from the courthouse now and bring them over for both of you to sign. Isaac, you need to reply to me right now. Why did you decide to get married without telling me?
How could you do this to your own mother? Oh, it doesn't make any sense.
Mom, isn't it obvious? But also, I'm pretty sure I told you about it. I'm sure it was mentioned maybe once or twice. Weren't you there when I announced to the family I was marrying Tilly?
But don't you remember me telling you that I don't approve of this marriage? You realized I never gave you my blessing, right? How could you be so stupid to marry a street rat?
But what you don't seem to get, Mom, is that we love each other so much. What's so difficult for you to understand? You might have an opinion on it, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna listen to it.
What the heck did you just say to me? How dare you talk back to your own mother in that sort of way? Don't you know that you're the next president of the company? Don't you get that you've got a reputation to uphold when it comes to how our family looks to the public? Don't you understand how important your position is going to be in this company?
Well, yes, I get that I'll be the next company president, but so what? What's that got to do with me getting married to Tilly, huh? What's the big deal in marrying her?
Oh, you're so stupid when it comes to finding a good woman. Why do you think I've had to get involved with all the relationships you've had over the years? You've not got a good eye when it comes to choosing a good partner for this company and for yourself. I'll have to be the one who chooses who you marry, all right? You're to get rid of that piece of trash and never have anything to do with her ever again. You shouldn't have done this without my permission. You're to divorce her immediately.
Are you being serious right now, Mom? Do you really think I'm gonna turn around to do that to the love of my life? There's no way that I can do that to her. Tilly is the right person for me, and she's the most important person to ever exist in my life. I'm not stabbing her in the back by separating from her.
Well, that's just too bad, Isaac. You're literally the only one in this family who thinks that way. You're obviously being brainwashed by her. How could you let this happen to yourself?
Excuse me? What did you just say about my wife? Do you seriously think that she's brainwashing me into making decisions? She's the only person who lets me make decisions for myself.
I guess I have no choice but to tell you what kind of person that poor peasant is, then. She's exactly what I thought that she would be when it comes to weaseling her way into this family.
You're making no sense right now. What do you mean that's what you thought? Are you really making assumptions about someone you barely know?
Don't you get what she's trying to do to you, Isaac? She's wanted to get really close to you because she's just a gold-digging thief. Don't you think she is? She only sees you as a source of money, her personal bank account. Her goal was to become the CEO's wife and get her hands on our family fortune. She makes it so obvious, but you're too blind to see that. I seem to be the only one who knows what she's up to. That's why I slapped her across the face and chased her out of the house. I have had to go to so many extremes so that everyone knew what she was doing was really wrong and that I was protecting us from her. How can you not understand that, Isaac?
Mom, you've gone way too far this time. This is absolutely ridiculous. I think we all know that's a lie. You hardly know her. I do. She's not like that at all.
Please tell me you didn't just say that to me, Isaac. Have you lost your mind or something? Do you seriously not believe what your own mother is telling you?
There's no way I can believe anything you're telling me anymore. Do you really think Tilly only started going out with me because I had a lot of money? You have no idea what she does for a job, do you? She's literally a manager of a company, and it's actually a very well-known company, Mom. You think she's a gold digger? Give me a break, Mom. You're off your rocker. You probably don't believe that a woman can be a leader of a company, do you? You didn't think that some poor person like her actually runs a successful company, huh? You're so quick to judge people, Mom. It makes me sick and ashamed to be related to you. Tilly earns up to $500,000 a year in her position. If anything, I feel like I'm the gold digger since her earnings are quite a bit higher than mine. What you're saying is a downright lie about her.
Whoa now, just wait a minute. What the heck did you just say? Are you telling me that Tilly is some big hotshot boss? Is this for real? Oh, she doesn't even look like she could manage anyone.
Well, it's true. She's a fine manager and treats people with respect and kindness. That's what makes her an even better leader. Maybe you just don't see that. What I can't understand is how ignorant you were of her when I brought her over to the house. Why didn't you ask her what she did for a living?
But how can this be? I thought that I had a good read on that vile woman. Is what you're saying actually true, or is she just lying to you? You can be easily manipulated, Isaac.
Would you just shut up, Mom? Everything that comes out of that mouth of yours is disrespectful and disgusting. I'm so glad that I haven't turned out like you, Mom. If you must know, Tilly is an irreplaceable woman to me, and you trying to force me to divorce her is the most cruelest thing you've ever tried to do to me. The moment that you raised a hand to my wife and used every single word that you said against her, I felt nothing but disgust and disappointment from you, Mom. You're the worst mother on the planet, and Tilly has done nothing but be kind to you, because that's just in her nature. She's really tried with you, but she's so exhausted. Come to think of it, I'm exhausted of having these fights and conversations with you, Mom. All you do is create chaos, and I've had enough of this crap.
How dare you speak to me like that? All I'm trying to do is protect you from women like her. She's nothing but bad news, and you know it. Open your eyes, Isaac.
They are open, Mom. I've never seen so clearly in my entire life. Tilly's been the one to help me see that there are good people in this world, since you've always ruined everything for me.
I have done nothing of the sort. How dare you speak badly of your own mother? I've put food on your plate, bathed you, and put clothes on you so you look suitable for all occasions. Have you actually forgotten all the good things I've done for you? Does none of that count anymore? Don't you think you should thank me for getting you to where you are today?
The only person I should be thanking is myself for finally being able to leave your grasp, to do my own thing and to be able to be with the one I love, not the person you chose for me. Do you really think an arranged marriage was going to stop me from being with Tilly? She's the only one who understands what I've been through and stood by my side through thick and thin. Why would I ever marry a stranger, Mom? If that was what you wanted, then your mind is completely messed up. You're delusional, and I'm not letting you control me anymore. I thought the best thing for me to do was to get married to the love of my life, grow the company more, and then give back to the people who make the company successful. It was never just our family who made this company great. It was the people that worked for us that made it fantastic. Tilly helped me see that, and she's an amazing person.
Oh, stop talking about that piece of filth. It's making my ears bleed. The company would not exist without this family. You're supposed to put your family and the company first. All you're being is selfish.
Wow, Mom. You really don't know me at all, do you? That's it. I'm done with this conversation and having a relationship with you. You make me feel sick to my stomach. I can't even stand to be in your presence. I don't want to ever feel this way ever again. I don't need you anymore, Mom. You're nothing but an evil witch.
You're nothing without me, Isaac. You wouldn't have succeeded if it weren't for me. You can't walk away from this family. If you do, you'll regret it immediately.
I don't think so, Mom. I've got everything I need. My little house, my wife, and happiness. Money was never the most important thing, and pleasing you certainly wasn't either. From now on, I'm gonna live my life the way that I want to. You can't stop me anymore, Mom. You've always made me feel horrible about myself. Not anymore.
You can't walk away from me. You can't do this to me. I am your mother, and you're to get back here and obey my orders. You're to divorce that woman and marry this lovely woman I've paired you up with.
You can go tell her I'm not interested. I'm married and happy with Tilly. Good luck with that part, Mom. I never want to hear from you ever again. Goodbye, Donna.
No, wait. You can't do this to your own flesh and blood. Families are supposed to stick together. You can't just cut me out of your life. Get back here. Don't ignore me. Please, Isaac, don't do this to your dear old mother. I can't handle it. Please, I need my son. I want to make sure that you'll succeed. Wait, oh, come back.
In the end, it sounded like Donna was having some financial trouble when it came to her company. She ended up asking for a loan from Tilly since she found out that she's a high-paid manager. Since Tilly didn't want to give her a loan, Donna's company went bankrupt 6 months later. Fearing that she would end up having a lot of debt, she quickly divorced Isaac's father. After that, she returned to her parents' house and tried to live under their protection. But apparently her parents knew how she was treating their grandson, Isaac. They rejected her pleas, and she was begging on her knees for them to help her. They also found out the true reason why she had married her husband. They cut her off when they found out her true plan. She was always blaming Tilly for being a gold digger, but it was really Donna who was one. She married her husband so as she wanted to monopolize her husband's earnings and keep it for herself to buy nice and shiny things. It seems like Donna didn't expect her parents would cut her off, and she felt like she was being strangled by them. With nowhere to go, Donna had no choice but to rent a super run-down and cheap apartment. She also had to get a part-time job to make ends meet. But with all that, she was still unable to change her wasteful money habits that she developed as a CEO's wife. She continued to buy luxury brands that were more than her paycheck. Now she's drowning in debt and unable to pay it back. She's spending her days running away from debt collectors. No one knows where she is or what she's doing. It looks like no one is there for her, but that's her own doing. Tilly and Isaac were able to have a wonderful day at their wedding. They got everyone's blessings on their special day. They were both determined to build a happy family and life together. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.